Have you ever noticed that some people do not merely like dogs? Some people build a bond with dogs that goes far beyond simple pet ownership. They stop on the sidewalk the moment they see one, not out of habit, not to seem kind, but because something inside them responds. They do not merely notice the dog, they soften. And if you look closely at that person, you begin to wonder what it really means to love a dog. Psychology reveals that a deep, almost spiritual attachment to a dog is a powerful indicator of a rich internal world. Building your life around the presence of a dog is not a retreat from the world. It is an active, intelligent choice to cultivate a very specific kind of psychological sanctuary. Let's explore the positive psychology of the genuine dog lover. Number 1. Dog lovers possess an advanced level of emotional intelligence. Research shows that people who bond deeply with animals score exceptionally high in empathy and non-verbal communication. Dogs do not use words. They communicate through pure congruency. Their energy, body language, and actions are always perfectly aligned with their internal state. To build a strong relationship with a dog, you have to train yourself to become fluent in a silent language. You learn to read the subtle shift in their posture, the meaning behind a quiet sigh, the specific way they lean into you when they feel secure. This requires a highly observant, emotionally tuned mind, capable of deep listening and understanding. Number 2. You deeply value genuine presence. The psychologist Carl Rogers developed a concept called Unconditional Positive Regard, the basic acceptance and support of a person regardless of what they say or do. This is, in many ways, the kind of environment a dog naturally creates. To a dog, your worth is not tied to your productivity or your social performance. They do not require you to explain yourself, translate your feelings, or justify your actions. When you share space with a dog, your nervous system often registers a profound sense of safety. In that environment of pure acceptance, an overactive mind can finally begin to rest. And once you have felt that kind of safety, you begin to understand something else about love. Number 3. You love with extraordinary depth. Anyone who has loved a dog knows the mathematics of that love. You will almost certainly outlive them. And yet, you choose it, again and again and again. There is something profound in that. It suggests that, for people who truly love dogs, love is not about permanence. It is about depth, about what happens in the space between hello and goodbye. They understand, perhaps more clearly than most, that grief is not the opposite of love. It is love, with nowhere left to go. To love a dog is to practice one of the most human things possible, loving what you cannot keep. And to love that way, without guarantee, requires something deeper still. Number 4. You have made peace with vulnerability. In everyday human interaction, we are often taught to protect ourselves. We use irony, emotional distance, and carefully constructed personas to minimize the risk of rejection. We learn to view vulnerability as a liability, something to be hidden or managed. But a dog cannot pretend. A dog has no interest in performance, pride, or emotional games. It cannot fake affection, manufacture loyalty, or conceal its grief. When a dog is joyful, its whole body expresses it. When it is afraid or tired, it seeks comfort without shame. It lives with a kind of radical sincerity. And the people drawn to that honesty are often the ones who have learned, somewhere along the way, that vulnerability is not weakness. It is the price of real connection. To deeply love a dog is to accept being loved back without condition. And that asks you to lower your own emotional armor. You cannot remain distant or ironic with a dog. You have to meet them in their sincerity. That takes a quiet kind of courage. And once you begin living that way, you often find yourself drawn to something simple and grounding. Number 5. You find peace in simple, grounding routines. Modern life is incredibly complex, but the rhythms of caring for a dog are beautifully fundamental. Walking, playing, resting, and the quiet daily ritual of preparing their meals. Neurologically, the simple act of nurturing a dog, whether it's sharing a quiet morning routine or making sure they are well fed and comfortable, releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both you and the animal. It anchors you to the present moment. For a mind that naturally analyzes the past and calculates the future, a dog is a constant living reminder to simply exist right here, right now. Dogs do not worry about yesterday. They do not rehearse tomorrow. Every walk is the walk. Every meal is the meal. Every moment with you is the only moment there is. The people who deeply love dogs tend to recognize this and feel drawn to it, not because their minds are always quiet, but perhaps because they are not. A dog becomes a kind of anchor, a living, breathing reminder. You are here. This is real. This is enough. If you are sitting quietly right now, your dog nearby, recognize the depth in that connection. Your ability to love and understand a creature that speaks an entirely different language is a testament to your empathy, your intuition, and your capacity for profound care. Maybe it means you have not closed off the parts of yourself that still need warmth, that still reach towards something honest in a world full of performance. Maybe it means you understand, somewhere deep down, that the most meaningful connections are the ones that ask nothing of you, except that you show up. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson a dog ever teaches. Not to sit, not to stay, but simply to be here. If you want to continue exploring the psychology of your quiet world, subscribe to The Quiet Mind.